How y'all doing out there, America, the world? We're here with another episode of the Put to Bed podcast. You hear me?
What up? Back again, Diamond G in the building with my bro. Can't say little bro because he's bigger than me now. So my bro. But yeah, we back with two more topics tonight, and then we gonna drop a little controversy. You know what I'm saying? In between the two, we gonna have a disagreement on something basically, and see how we. I mean, not, we ain't gonna disagree. We gonna see if we agree or something. And
Yeah,
sometimes me and bro can debate on some stuff. That's why I said disagreement because we can debate on some stuff, and then we get mad, and then I get my feelings hurt, and then I call him, do her, and then I text him like, I'm sorry, I took it too far. So it's usually my feelings, but we have our disagreements. But yeah, moving
right.
on. So we gonna see. Maybe we agree this time. I don't know. We have an even split most of the time
Yeah.
until until we don't. But yeah, let's get started. So
We'll jump right
first,
into it. Yeah.
yeah, let's jump right into it, man. Let's jump right into it because we got what two topics: agreement or disagreement. That's what we calling it. Agree or disagree. What does it look like to forgive someone for cheating or being the cheater? So what that look like in a male's perspective, what that look like to you? Like just saying like, what you expect afterwards if y'all stay together type shit. We ain't talking about if y'all like separate. We talking about if y'all stay together and y'all continue to move on with the relationship. Like what's the expectations at that point?
It's a tough one for real.
Mm,
I feel like for me, honestly, it's hard for me to get for me to forgive disloyalty. Disloyalty
yeah.
in any form or fashion is hard for me to get over with because once you show that you're not a loyal person, it's like it's really kind of a
What
wrap for
you
me. Like it's
mm-hmm,
really kind
mm-hmm.
of a wrap for me. I'm real big on loyalty. I'm a loyal person myself to
Right.
friends, family, whoever. You know, my girl, whoever. So
Yeah.
I'm real big on loyalty. So I feel like once the loyalty is broken, it's kind of hard to mend and kind of hard to move past. As far as like just me personally, I feel like it's hard to move past. It's hard to accept like certain things, certain transgressions is hard for me to forgive. But I feel like for those who do be in them situations where it's like, okay, you've been cheated on or you cheated from a male perspective, I'm just gonna say from a male perspective, if you cheat and your girl forgive you, then you got to move different. Of course, you got to move different. You got to
Yeah.
you can't be too you can't be impatient. You got to be patient with her feelings, patient with her emotions, because at the end of the back of her head, no matter if she said I forgive you, let's move past it, let's keep going in this relationship, and let's grow and let's flourish and whatever the fact may be. At the end of the day, you still cheated. You still showed a disloyal act to her. So
Right.
her guards are gonna be up. Every little thing you do is gonna be a trigger or a red flag, and you might have to explain yourself more often than you
Mhm.
normally have to, and that goes both male or female.
Yeah.
So I think it should be expected to be like instead of just every time somebody have an insecure, I ain't even gonna say insecurity. Every time somebody has a feeling or a trigger or something like that, or an emotional response to something that you're doing because of what you've done to them in the past, I feel like you got to give them grace to allow that space for them to have that feeling because you
Mhm.
know what you did. You know what you did. You know what you did to hurt them. You know what you did to cause that feeling in them. It's not just coming
Yeah.
from the blue. It's like something that you provoked. So I feel like you got to be able to when people be like, oh well, is you doing this or you doing that or you doing this and you doing that, and the first thing people say, and I feel like it's a gaslighting kind of statement is to say like, oh well, you forgive me. Let's move. I thought we moved past that. I
No.
thought we had
Mhm.
that done. I thought it was over
Mhm.
with. I thought it was this. I thought it was that. And yeah, they forgive you, they move past it, but at the same time, it's hard to fully move past it, and you can't expect that person to just trust you 100% overnight just because they chose to stay in your life, just because they chose to stay in this relationship with you. That don't mean that the trust or that the loyalty still don't need to be repaired. So you still got to give
Right.
that person grace to be able to accept it when they asking about what you're doing on your phone, or when they asking you certain questions, or when they suspicious about this, or when they feel a certain way about certain things. You got to
Mhm.
be able to have that patience with them and explain yourself. You mean
Yeah.
and take it for what it is, because at the end of the day, you did something to break that loyalty. You did something. I say this all the time. I heard this. Me and my homie had did a song way back in memory. And years ago. And he said a punchline
Mhm.
in there. He said, "Trust is like an eraser. It gets smarter
Mm.
after every mistake." And when he
Wow.
said that, it was like, then that's a hard ass bar. But then
It
when I thought
is.
about it more on it, it was like, oh, that's really real life. Like trust is like an eraser.
Mm-hmm.
because an eraser gets every time you got to use that eraser, it gets smaller. And
Thinner,
trust is
thinner.
like an eraser; it gets smaller with every mistake.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta know that in your mind and know like, okay, the trust that I have with this person, I've broken it. It has gotten smaller, and I gotta allow the space for that to be repaired. I gotta make the efforts and do my part to make them feel secure in this relationship again. Like
Right.
you
Yeah.
gotta, and it's just like, and it goes hand in hand. If you choose to
Mm-hmm.
forgive that person and choose to stay in this relationship with that person, then you got to give them grace too. You ultimately saying that I trust that you won't hurt me again. I trust that you
Mm-hmm.
won't lie to me again. I trust that you won't cheat on me again. So you have to give them that grace and give them that trust to be able to move past that. Because if you steady living in that, there's no way to move past that. But that's for the person
Exactly.
who's been cheated on. But for the person who cheated, you got to give them grace to know like they may still be living in that at times, and you got to be able to work and fluctuate with how their emotions come and how their feelings come or how they suspicions come, or however that may look like. Because at the end of the day, like you said, I mean, you crossed the line. You broke the
Yeah.
barriers of
Yeah.
that trust, and now you got to be the person. It's not on them to build it and repair it. You cheated on
Right.
them. It's on
You
you
cheated on
to
them.
make them still feel secure and for you to rebuild and repair that situation. It's not on the
Mm-hmm.
person who got cheated on. They love and dedication to you just allow them to see past your major flaw
Right.
and move forward. So it's on you to repair that and build that and put it back where it need to be. I feel
Yeah.
like
Absolutely.
when people accept a cheater or accept that and somebody who cheated on them and accept to still be in that relationship, you gotta move past it eventually. But I know it takes
Eventually.
time, it takes healing, it takes effort, it takes a person showing you security, it takes a person showing you all types of stuff. I mean, it
Right.
takes time, it takes work. So that's really my whole take on it. And that's really
Yeah.
from like a male or female perspective on it. From a
Right.
dude perspective, I feel like women are sometimes more forgiving in them type of situations. You know, women
Mm-hmm.
tend to forgive more when a dude cheat and be able to take them back. Men so much, it's like, nah, you cheat on me, it's over with. Because I'm that type of
Right.
dude. I ain't gonna lie to you. You cheat on me, it's over with. Once the loyalty is trust is out of there, we
It's
ain't got
done.
nothing. It's over with. There's nothing else to talk about. Go be with the person who you chose to cheat on me with. Like
Yeah.
I hope you have a good life. But I'm gonna definitely Chris Brown and chunk up the
So it's
deuces. You hear me? But that's my whole take on it. Just put the bed
man.
to sleep for real.
I knew you was gonna say that. Well, that's why I was like, I'm reading it. Like, hold on, he about to say some deuces part, right? Because he was,
Yeah,
you just,
yeah.
yeah, leading up
I'm
to it
finna
on everything. I mean, I'm more of a male in a sense of thinking like that though. Now, in my age now, and when it was in my early 20s, like I was more forgiving for sure.
yeah.
Like it was more like, dang, he messed up. We probably stopped talking for a minute. I'd be mad for a minute and then cut you out, all that. We go through the emotions in the roller coaster. And sometimes you take them back. One person in particular, possibly. That's the only time I've done it. But like that, I was a little bit more forgiving. Now, hell no. I
Yeah.
feel like if you cheat, yeah. If I decide to stay with you though, and I'm triggered and things like that, like you said, as a woman, I want to feel more. I want to feel secure in that. I want to feel secure again in that because once that trust is broken, it's hard as hell to win anybody's trust back, but especially a woman in anything because once that trust is broken emotionally we attach to a particular person whoever that is a man female whatever um or both we attach physically and mentally and emotionally to that person and once that certain peak happens you like okay now I love you hard type shit and then you ain't really trying to mess that up but when you do oh that loyalty it's a barrier. I ain't letting you in no more. Like it's a wrap. And sometimes we gotta be able to meet somebody where they at. Like, hey, if they forgiving you, but they saying like I'm staying with you and I need about a month or you stay in another room or something like that, you gotta kinda go with what's gonna make that person comfortable for sure for real. Because like you said, I'm a loyal person. And that's why I think I get so pissed off. Because like bro, if I give you loyalty and you get that loyalty from me, then that means that it's 100. So if you mess it up, that's on you. I'm gonna tell you that right now. That's on you. But it's gonna be some consequences that you ain't gonna like because once I'm done, I'm done.
No facts.
And it's emotionally a detachment. It ain't no physical. I can still probably be like, oh, you look good. But emotionally, if I detach from you, it's a wrap.
Yeah, fact.
And I can't like even move past a relationship at that to a relationship at that point because that wouldn't be fair to me or that person for real. So yeah, that's where I'm at with it. It's just more about just, being triggered, being more compassionate in that moment of you triggered, I'm sorry. I know but I don't want it to always come up either because that ain't fair. You know what I'm saying? You being unfair to that person at that in a sense. Like if you're gonna keep bringing it up, you shouldn't be with that person. I feel like, but when you triggered, as a woman, some shit might come up like just by you. I don't know. You come home at a certain time, and that's been a pattern in the past. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And that pattern of cheating comes up because that's what happened before. Like it was like, okay, he came home at 12 midnight every night, so he came home at 12 midnight nights in a row. Now that brother's working, but a pattern is a pattern. A pattern, if you make it feel uncomfortable, it's gonna make you feel like, okay, nah, something ain't right. Let me look into this a little bit more type shit. And then you might come up with your own story about it, and that's what happens, and then that's what makes it worse for real. But I think if you come together and y'all work on it together and stay in that relationship, that's something that you work on. And I think I'm a real big believer in therapy, and sometimes couple therapy do work.
You
I
do.
mean, a lot of times it works if you listen and put the work in. You know what I'm saying? Like if you really do it. But like, I think that's a step you take if you're going to stay together. You should take that step. It's therapy, couples therapy, because
Yeah.
I mean that's how you really. What you think about that? Do you feel like that's
No,
like
that's accuracy.
appropriate?
Accuracy.
Yeah,
Accuracy.
yeah. Because I feel like everything we're talking about is gonna come up naturally, but if you want to get past it in a way of maturity and not like blocking people and all that kind of stuff, then
Mm.
you got to kind of go to couples therapy so y'all can get past it in a way of growing how to get past it for real, because
No,
that's a
fact.
growing thing. But yeah, that's put to bed for me. Like you said, everything that I would have said, and we was dead on one back to back with one another. But I just wanted to put a little shake on it. Like, yeah, some things gonna happen naturally, but if you really want it to work, you really gotta go to therapy for that to
No,
make
fact.
sure everything,
Accuracy.
everything good.
Accuracy.
Yeah. So
All
that's my
right,
take on
so
it
we
for real,
moving
bro.
on then. We moving on
Yeah,
to the
moving on,
next
moving on.
topic.
So next topic, once you drop that one, bro. Once you drop that one, since that was something that you wanted to kind of put out there.
All right, so the next topic is so I was scrolling on TikTok, just doing my, you feel me?
Hmm.
Just looking for content and stuff like that. Just unwinding, you feel me? And I seen something that it's not 100% accurate. Don't quote me on the
Okay,
accuracy
okay.
of the factualness to what I'm about to say. But I seen somebody on there, he was saying like Trump had put in in place of a new law
Hmm.
where landlords can no longer discriminate or use that as a bias to a person having to make three times the rent
Mm.
in order to rent to these people. Because that's people, they do it everywhere. I mean, it's not literally everywhere, but
Okay.
almost everywhere they expect you to be able to make three times your rent in order for them to rent to you. Now, I'm like
Yeah,
I said,
okay.
I did some fact checking. I haven't seen no facts to say that Trump really actually put this into effect. It was probably just clickbait, a person, a content
Right,
creator
right.
just using that to get views and
Uh,
get likes and whatever
yeah, yeah.
on their post. But it did make me think about it. Like, dang, like why do realtors and why do landlords and stuff like that expect people to make three times the rent? Nine times out of
Mm.
10, the person who
Mm.
they hiring is the person that's like the liaison, I would so to speak. The person that or the person at the front desk who's looking over the applications. Nine times out of 10, they don't make three times the rent to live
Right.
in these apartments that you asking for, or these condos or townhouses or houses or whatever. They don't make three times the rent. I mean, so I feel like it's kind of unrealistic to
It
expect
is.
a person to be making, because if my rent is and the rent ain't doing nothing but getting higher and higher. So if my rent is two
Exactly.
thousand dollars a month, you expect me to be making $6,000 a month. If I was making $6,000 a month, I would not be looking into your apartment,
And
sir,
right.
ma'am. I would be buying a house. Like,
That part.
what are we talking about? Not saying I
That
don't make
part.
$6,000 a month. Not saying my household don't make $6,000 a month.
Right, right.
We make well over that. But at the same time, it's like it shouldn't be an expectation. It shouldn't be something that's concrete. It shouldn't be something that's like, okay, you got to make this much amount of money to live here. Because like I
Mhm.
said, if I was making this amount of money, I wouldn't be living here. I wouldn't be renting. I
Exactly.
wouldn't be renting this 2 3 bedroom apartment for no $2,000 a month.
Two.
If I was making $6,000 a month, I could go buy a house for that. Like it's just unrealistic.
Mm-hmm.
It's more so of a discrimination than an actual realistic goal set for someone to be meeting or matching. I feel like a lot of them look at the wrong things. Like you looking at my credit history, you looking at all this type of stuff, you looking at my
Right.
criminal background, you looking at all this shit that don't make no sense. If
None.
anything, it don't. I mean, I'm not saying it don't make no sense, but it has nothing to do with me being a punctual person and paying rent. I think
Yeah.
if anything, you should be looking at the fact of look at my past history of renting. Look at
Mm-hmm.
go talk to
If anything.
my last landlord or my last 10 years of or 5 8 years or whatever how many years of my renting history to show okay or look at go ask for my car note history to see if I pay
Yeah.
that on time. Ask for my
Right.
prior bill history to see if I pay that on time or if I paying that. Like ask for something that shows that I'm able to pay something that I'm due to pay on
Mm-hmm.
time and consistently. That's what matters. Everything
Right.
else don't matter because if I make even if I only make $3,000 a month and I'm trying to live here for $2,000 a month, don't worry about what I'm doing with that other thousand. If I ain't got rent and be I mean if I ain't got food and that ain't got nothing to do with you. As long as I'm able
Yeah.
to pay this rent, that's all that matters. If I should be able to make I'll save about $1,000 more than what it is. That's realistic.
That's
If it's
realistic.
1,500, I should be making at least 2,500 so I can be able to cover bills and goddamn groceries.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, 6 times, 3 times the rent is diabolical. It's very it's unrealistic.
It
It's
is. It
unrealistic in a
is.
sense because people ain't making that type of money, and the
It
average
ain't.
rent is
They
like 1,200 to 1,500. So you still expecting me to make about $4,500 a month? Like
a month.
let's be real. Let's be real. But
Like,
that's my whole take on it.
yeah, mine gonna be brief like yours because I feel like you said it's unrealistic. If anything, like the typical household, like of course some people make that, but the typical household don't make that kind of money, like especially if like so we're saying single fathers, single mothers, a single grandma or single granddad, some that's happening a lot nowadays too more. So like that's not a typical thing if you basically offering your what even income like a fixed income on uh not W-2, what's the other one, when they retire, retirement funds,
Yeah.
like stuff like that, limited income. That it's unrealistic for you to do that. Like if you're looking at rent right now in any place, like you said, because even we talked about it before, like not, but like about how much rent is here and there, because I was considering some moving at one point in time, and it's just as much as not more in each place, like depending on where you located at, because it is depending on location too.
True.
But like here, like just in my area alone, a 3 bedroom, we going for like maybe 16 and up, or well, 17 and up. Now back in the day, maybe 10 years from now, 10 years ago, it was like maybe 850. So it's a big difference in what like it used to look like now. Like it's really unrealistic. I hope it ain't true. I hope what old boy is saying ain't true because it's unrealistic for it to happen.
Now,
In
I mean,
in, in most
if what he's saying is true, that means that Trump is eradicating that. That means that they
Oh,
can
okay. I
no
see what you're
longer,
saying. So
yeah, they
that
can
means
no
okay.
longer,
So what? Okay, well, so if that does happen, well, that's what you said. Okay, so if that does happen, that
yeah,
means
yeah,
that we'll get a little help and some rent. If it happens, it happens. If it happens, I'm more of a person that let me see it before I within the talk because talk is cheap to me. But
yeah.
like,
So me,
um, right. But like, just being real, if it happens, hell yeah, it'll benefit me. So I would love it. But also, I don't. Right now it's just ridiculous on how much it is. Because you gotta have people like 3 or 4 people in one household to maintain one house, and people
I
need their
agree.
own space. People need their own space. Sometimes people just want to live comfortably and not on top of each other. So I hope it's true. But we gonna see. That's all I'm gonna say on that. We gonna see. But I would love for it to be where people can afford it, like you said, $1,000 more than what I make. Give me that.
I
Some
agree.
more realistic for people out there really trying to make it. Because if you're gonna do that, then raise that these wages up and stuff like that. If we're gonna do that,
Yeah, yeah. You're expecting to make three
because
times the rent.
right, right,
Raise the wages, and I'll be
exactly,
making them.
because it gotta match.
Facts,
It gotta
accuracy.
match. Yeah. So right now it ain't matching. It ain't matching because if I'm making
Right.
this and you charging me this, bro, we got homelessness now bad in a lot of places all across the world. So like we're gonna see more homeless families versus more single homeless people and elderly because it's hard. It's hard out here. What's the
Yeah.
word? It's hard out here for a pimp.
Oh, pimp.
Trying to
When
make
you
the
trying to
money
get
for
this
the
money
rent.
for the rent, no bullshit. Gonna be a
So
whole lot
yeah.
of bitches jumping ship.
Yeah,
You hear me?
man. Hold it man. We need it to go down, bruh. Down. So I hope that is true. That'll be one thing that may make me no, it ain't gonna make me like that bro anymore than I do already because I don't. But it will it maybe possibly will help me in my life in my
Yeah.
household with groceries possibly.
No,
But
facts.
yeah, moving on. I hope
Yeah.
it's true. I do hope it's true.
Speaking of Trump, this is a topic where I feel like we probably have some kind of divide in, and I want to get your
Mhm.
take on it first. So the question is Trump for us?
Mm. I really can't answer that as good as I want because I'm not a Trump fan at all. So that's why I said I hope it happens. Let me see it. Maybe that'll give me something to believe in what you what the people what you got some of our people believe in.
Yeah.
I'm more of a person show me type of person. I ain't saying the other guy was good either. I'm more of a person show me. I just never been a fan of his since you are father, you're fired type of shit. I never been a fan of him since
Yeah.
then. Apprentice, I never been a fan of him ever. So even when yeah, I do think he was a great businessman, yeah, but I never been a fan of him.
Yeah.
So anything he do really ain't gonna really fit my cup of tea. So I'm like probably the wrong person to ask that because I don't know if he's for us, but he's good at believing, but he's good at convincing a lot of us that he is for us though. So I'll say that. I don't know if that's true yet. We'll see. Cause all of
Type.
them lie, but
Politicians are like,
it's more of all of them lie. I just don't know. He for some of us, I guess, because he got a pack, and they hard on him. They'll argue with you, the kids, and everybody else for him. So he got some people out there really, for him. So we'll
yeah.
see.
Yeah.
But I can't answer that for real. I really can't because I haven't really followed up on bro. On dude, I don't really know too much about him. Only thing I know is that when my mama bring up, and I'll try to bring it up to her because we disagree. So I
Yeah.
don't know, bro. I really can't answer that. I can't. I don't know.
Okay, I feel like I'm not gonna say 100% that he's for us,
Hmm.
but I do. I will say this. I will say I don't feel like he's against us at the same time.
Mm. Okay.
What's my
Elaborate? Yeah,
when I get behind it,
elaborate.
it's logic. I'm gonna come with that. So
Right.
I feel like he has done things for us and for
Mhm.
some of us. Now,
Okay.
whether it be a political move or it's just his genuine personality, I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know him personally to know his genuine
Right. Right. Right.
personality. But he has pardoned NBA YoungBoy just recently. He pardoned him. Like I said,
Yeah. My son told me about
that could be
that.
a political move for a vote or for a standpoint to get black people or young niggas on your side.
Yeah, that's what we
He
talked
did
about.
pardon Wayne as well. He pardoned
Mhm.
Lil Wayne. He pardoned NBA YoungBoy. I think he pardoned somebody else as well too. I can't remember who
The
else,
Chris,
but
I
it
know
was
that the white guy, the Christies or whatever.
no. I'm talking about as far as somebody black. He
Oh,
pardoned
okay.
somebody else. He pardoned
Um.
somebody else. I don't know if it was a rapper or a singer or it was somebody that was famous. I can't remember. Was it
Okay.
Kodak Black? I don't know. I can't remember. I don't want to
Oh,
quote it.
recently.
No, just period. Since
Oh,
he
yeah, it
been
was
in.
called that black.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like he
It
has
was.
done things for us, even like the stimulus checks thing. That wasn't all the way 100% Trump, but he did have to sign off on it. And ain't no
Yeah,
other president didn't did that. Even Obama ain't did that. So I feel like and that may not have been a move. Of course, it wasn't just a move just for people of color, but it
yeah,
did benefit people of color. It did benefit
yeah,
everybody. So I feel like he has done things. Like you said, I feel like he's more of a businessman than a politician. The only reason
yeah.
why I mess with Trump for those who don't know, I do mess with Trump to a
I know
degree.
you do.
If I had to place my vote within the last election and election that just passed, he definitely would have got my vote. I don't vote because I don't feel like it's an energy source that I would put my energy into. So I
Yeah.
don't vote for nobody. But if I did, my last vote and my current vote would have been for Trump. I'm just being
Didn't
all the
know
way
that.
honest. But I feel like I have my reasons. I feel like he's a businessman. He's more of a businessman than a politician. And I
Yeah.
trust a businessman more than I trust a politician because a politician ain't gonna do nothing but lie to me all the way. And I feel like the
Businessmen do
reason
too.
why, huh?
Businessmen do too. When I go to buy a
Businessmen do too,
car
but
and
a good businessman, if the numbers gonna talk and if what you're saying is accurate, you ain't gotta lie to me. If you saying that I got a Fortune $500 company, and if you invest in this, I'm gonna make you a millionaire, and you
yeah.
show me the numbers and show that you done made 10 other people, or 15, 20, 30 other people millionaires, I don't care what else you say out your mouth. The numbers lie. I mean, numbers tell the truth. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. So
That's true.
from a business standpoint, I feel like when you showing me the numbers and when you showing me your productivity and when you show me your
Mm-hmm.
results, I can care less what you saying out your mouth. The statistics are gonna show me everything I need to
What you need to
see
know.
to everything I need to know. And I feel like shoot, Buddy been around since the 90s, damn near late 80s, and been, you feel me, been getting money. So I trust a person like that more so with flourishing and making sure that we have some paper around here more so than I would trust a person that's just a pure politician. You ain't got no track record to saying that you can bring in some money to this country. You ain't got no track record saying that you can
Yeah.
bring in some kind of productivity. That you ain't got no track record saying that you can increase any kind of value in my household or in my community. So I mean, I don't fully trust them anyway. I don't fully trust nobody that I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's keep
That's
that
part.
stupid out the gate. I don't know him personally. I don't trust you. But at the same time, I feel like I trust him more than I trust a lot of the politicians. I feel like
Mm.
I can definitely pull up facts to show that all the other politicians are related, and he's not in that class. I feel like the fact that ABC, CNN, NBC, and what is it, Saturday Night Live, all of these other entities
Mm-hmm.
and people of power and programming stations, and I'm heavy on the programming. I feel like all of these other other entities and TV show and entities, they 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 poison them. They talk shit about him. They make jokes about him. They try to make it seem like he just ain't for this, ain't for that. They not backing him. And I know for a fact that all of these things are controlled by the people who run the world. Like they controlled by the people who the tastemakers, the people who control what we see, what we don't see, the
Mm-hmm.
media, the media, the news, all of that shit is puppeteering. All of it is designed to show us what they wanted to show us and hide what they want to hide. So for them to all be against Trump, it shows me a red flag in my mind. Like, damn, okay, if the masses, not even the masses as far as us on our level of people, but the masses as far as like the ones up here, TV shows and Saturday Night Live and NBC and ABC, like I said, all of these people talking shit about this person, then that means he must not be with them. And for him to not be with them means to me that damn, maybe Buddy might be with us a little bit. Not 100%, but maybe he might be with us a little bit if because they didn't do that to Obama. They don't do that to none of the other
Yes,
presidents. They
they
didn't do that to
did.
nobody else that's a puppet. I mean, yeah, they did, but not like it was classes of people. It was like Saturday Night Live wasn't doing specials talking shit about Obama like that.
What?
NBC. I mean, well, Saturday Night Live talking shit about everybody. Let me clear that up.
Everybody.
They talk shit about everybody. But like the news and the CNN and ABC and stuff like that, they wasn't just talking cash shit about Obama. They really was like building them up to be like this saint, this savior type stuff for people. So I feel like that kind of sways my enthusiasm when I see the response that he gets from the tastemakers. But I'm not saying he's for us, but I'm just saying I don't feel like he's all the way against us. And he's honest. When he's saying he don't fuck with the Mexican shit with the border and all of that, and he's trying to build a wall, and
I think he's
and he don't.
racist.
And
I don't think he's
yeah, I
honest.
mean, I mean, even if he is racist, it's just like I respect the racism of people in the South more than I respect the racism of people up north. Because people up north, where we from, they gonna smile in your face, they gonna act like they cool,
Yeah,
but they
most
gonna do
sometimes.
everything they can to bring you down behind your back.
Sure will. Sure
These
will.
people
Especially
down
you.
here, if they racist in the South, you gonna know from the moment you meet them that they don't fuck with you. And I
Mm-hmm.
respect that. I don't want you acting like you cool with me, smiling in my face, and then you planning and plotting on me behind my back. I can't trust that. I'd rather know
Yeah.
out the gate that I don't
That you
fuck
don't
with you,
fuck
you
with
don't
me.
fuck with me. It's
Yeah,
established. You racist. I'm black. Okay, cool. You on this side of the
cool.
fence. I'm on that side of the fence. We don't fuck
Right.
with each other. Okay, cool. It is what it is. I respect that. I respect that. I respect honesty. I respect the person who wears their emotions broad and on their sleeve for me to be able to see it and make my
Your own.
observation and make
Mhm.
my own interpretation, and not only that, but make my decision based on who you is and how you are. And I can be like, okay, cool. You don't fuck with me? Okay, cool. I don't fuck with you. Let's go about our day. We ain't gotta talk to each other. I respect that. And
I
Trump is one
respect
of the
that
type of
too.
people where I don't agree with what he's saying all the time, but I respect it. I respect it because he honest with his views and opinions. Like I can't do nothing but respect a person like that, no matter male, female. You mean any type of situation.
I think he is a part of a group. It's a white group. It's a group because he get out of a lot of shit too. He's a human being just like everybody else, and he's fucked up a lot. And people bring like, and people just see what they want to see. Like, I'm the type of person, I see what you're doing good and I see what you're doing bad. I ain't gonna forget it though. But I think a lot of people have like jumped on the Trump bandwagon and forgot about a lot of things, that all the good stuff. And he's a good businessman, but he's also, I'm a feminist. So if you've been that type of person where you just feel like you could take a woman anytime you want to, and that type of person he put out with the all the women coming forward, which everybody, like women coming forward for everybody, but when you rich, most of the time you feel like you can get away with what you want. And I just think that some of his true colors show, and some of his true colors are what people want. What he want people to know. Like, yeah, he pardoned a lot of people. I mean, what he want people to see, because he pardoned a lot of people. But he also
True.
is very meticulous. He's a businessman. He's smart, so he has a plan for that. I bet
True.
you that. Um, it's but I ain't gonna say he for us. I'm saying that he for some people, yeah. But some of them have him went to the White House with and chill with dudes. So it ain't nothing that's like under the radar. If you're a fan of him, he damn sure gonna pardon you too. But also
True.
he got a motive. So it is what it is. I don't know. I feel
Yeah.
like
I mean, I agree with you though. I agree with you. I feel like everybody got a motive, especially a political person. They all have motives.
yeah,
But does
they
your
do.
motive benefit me, or does your motive take advantage of me, or does your
You're right.
motive hurt me, or does it help me type situation? That's more so
And
like
that's
the
what I can't determine yet. So I can't really answer that. I can't say I can't answer. I can't answer it yet. I can't. It's too
yeah,
early for me to answer that yet because I'm not a fan of him. So right now it'll just be that for me. Like, oh, I ain't a fan of him. Fuck him. But I want to like be able to base it on something. Right now I can't.
yeah,
But I see
true.
what you're
I feel
saying. Like
that.
some people, like you said, they form, and I respect that too. I don't get into arguments with people over it. I just don't try to sway me, because then we'll get into an argument like a mud. Because
Yeah,
I feel how I feel, you feel how you feel. Respect that. But I also just Trump has always, he been, like you said, he been around since the 90s, and I was like, I grew up in that era, so I seen a lot of stuff too. So it ain't just the person I see now. I see everything. And
yeah.
yeah, like I
And
said,
he should.
I gave him his props. He's a smart businessman. The fam, they were smart about their stuff. But I also seen a white man who gonna say what he need to say to get people in his corners, black or white. He gonna go against whoever he need to go against. To make more people come on his side, more white people, because I don't mess with the Mexicans, so we don't either. So yeah, they gonna come over there a little bit more. But I do respect a person like telling me off the gate, I don't mess with you. Like, don't smile in my face and then go stab me in my back, because that happens a lot in the workforce, with people who don't look like me and you. So
Mhm.
yeah, I respect it more for you to be like, hey, no, I don't mess with it. I don't mess with you. I don't like you because because you're black, or whatever. I just don't mess with y'all. I respect that, but I don't know. It's too early for me to answer any question about him. Besides it being very biased.
I feel
And
that.
I,
I
and
feel that.
I, and I
I
want to
respect that.
be fair. I want to be fair. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be fair than say whatever what I say now.
Yeah, no, I
but
feel that. I respect that. I respect that.
yeah, so
I
just
guess we can
going
put that to
on.
the next then. I mean, not necessarily
Yeah,
the bed. I guess
It's gonna
we
be
can
a
give it
nap
some time.
for that. It's gonna
Yeah.
be a nap. It's not put to bed yet, because I can say we can jump back into that, and especially when I do a little, when I follow him a little bit more, a little bit more about him. Because
Yeah.
honestly, I'm not a social media person. I don't be on there like that. I don't watch the news as much anymore
Me
because of my
neither.
job. I don't like to see a lot of people that I may have contact with on the news. So I just don't watch it. So I just kind of get my news from my mama. She's at ABC, Channel 6, 5, 12, or everything. So she, she helped me out. She on Facebook too. So she drops all the knowledge because I ain't doing all that. But
No
yeah.
fact.
But speaking of just, our last thing for the night, like you say, bro, drop your line.
Oh
Hey,
yeah, man. You know, rest your eyes, but don't rest your mind, don't rest your spirit, don't rest your soul, and don't rest your ambition. You hear me?
period. And we always say, hey, you fall, get yourself back up, dust it off, and keep it moving. We all make mistakes, and don't let the mistakes stop you from what you need to do.
Facts, facts.
Mhm. All right,
I
bro.
love
Love you.
blood.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I've been studying the bane in my existence. They try to write me off, but I keep taxing them consistent. You don't know the pain of being trapped inside the system. Soon as they read you your rights, you know you on your way to prison. It's a trap. And why the hell you think they call it that? Trust falls the way I'm comfortable with falling back.